は。Zutsu ga shimasu. Zutsu ga shimasu. Hello, it's Kei-chan here again to bring you how to learn Japanese. You want to learn Japanese? I feel like doing a Japanese video. I am a huge fan of Japanese. A lot of the cool stuff here in America originated from Japan, like anime, hell yeah, hentai, fuck yeah. Like a lot of cool concepts too. Japan, the culture, it's amazing. I love the food. I'm a huge fan of sushi. I'm a huge fan of anime and manga. The first animes that got me into Japan was Sailor Moon and Pokemon. Henceforth, Pokemon shirt, gotta represent. I don't know. I feel like a lot of unique things come from Japan. Just the fact that they're a very polite people, but they have a very, how do you say, bizarre media. Like, it doesn't make any sense how, you see their anime and anime breaks all types of, like, common social norms. They break all sorts of things. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but yet the Japanese people are very kind. I feel like every culture in general should just be respected. But hey, let's learn Japanese, guys. Yay! So, to make it clear, before you start learning Japanese, you need to know the basics of Japanese. You want to learn the basics. The basics are that the Japanese language has 3 different types of alphabet. Like, it has 3 different alphabets. So you got hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And those 3 are either used separately or all together. Like you can use a couple words, have them in hiragana, and have a couple words in katakana, and then some words summarized in kanji. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to learn Japanese, you have to be fully aware that you're going to be using all 3 of those alphabets. So it's not just, you're learning hiragana, that's it. No, you have to also know katakana, you have to know kanji. I mean, kanji is more of an advanced, like if you've studied hiragana and katakana and got down the basics and the intermediate, to the point where you can actually have lengthy conversations with Japanese people. But kanji, when it comes to reading certain, like, when you're reading magazines or posters or anything that is from Japan, they're gonna have a lot of kanji in it. So a lot of it is just, it's really complicated. I'm not gonna get to that today, because fuck that. I don't feel like it. Fuck you. Romaji. Romaji is pretty much the Japanese word, but in English. So it pretty much be what you're reading in English letters, so that way you can read it to understand what it's saying pretty much. Because it's not going to be in the Japanese characters. Hiragana is for Japanese native words. Let's say I said hajimemashite. That would be spelled in hiragana. Katakana, on the other hand, is another form of writing out words in Japanese. So, like, for example, katakana, myself as an example. So if your name, like my name is Carla, but technically translated directly into katakana in Japanese language would be kara. And last but not least, kanji, which is a bitch to learn because kanji is really complicated. All I know is that kanji is going to take for the rest of my life to learn because it's not exactly the easiest thing. Alright, so we're going to start this off by Japanese basics. Let's just say that. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to introduce yourself, which would be like, konnichiwa is hi. This is the basic hi. Konnichiwa. Say, konnichiwa. 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 Got it, okay. Another thing you want to learn too is how do you introduce yourself, like, how do you tell people your name, So after you say konnichiwa, you say watashi wa. Watashi wa means I am, technically. It's the most basic way of, saying your name. So it'd be like konnichiwa, Watashi wa Kara desu. Kara is the katakana translation of Carla, which is my name. But instead of saying that, I'm gonna say Watashi wa Kei-chan desu. So I'd be like, Konnichiwa, Watashi wa Kei-chan desu. Like, I don't know, it's pretty simple. Hajimemashite. Hajimemashite. Hajimemashite means how do you do? So it's like, how are you doing? You know, like, whatever, how do you do? Like, pretty much implying that you guys are introducing yourselves. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu means it's nice to meet you. So like you got hajimemashite and yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Those two things are usually, you know, tagged along with the introduction too. So in full, it'd be konnichiwa. Watashi wa Kei-chan desu. Hajimemashite. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Like, I don't know, I give it a little anime spin on it because anime is awesome. Sugoi. When you're talking to somebody, you know, like you already know that person, so you're just like konnichiwa, and you say how are you? O genki desu ka? O genki desu ka? O genki desu ka? O genki desu ka means how are you? Like it's asking a question, like oh how are you doing? Or whatever, you know, because hajimemashite, how do you do is pretty much just like the same concept. I don't know, I'm not exactly fluent in this yet, but I'm just telling you what I understand from it. So hajimemashite and o genki desu ka literally can mean the same thing, but they can be completely different. So o genki desu ka, and if you want to say you're doing good, you say daijoubu desu. Daijoubu desu. Daijoubu desu. Means I'm good, you know. So you say, "Ogenki desu ka? Ogenki desu ka? Daijoubu desu." Like, how are you? I'm good. Yay! That's fucking. You say you're so, and mama desu. So you say, "Ogenki desu ka?" Oh, I'm so. Mama desu. You're like, I could be better. Fuck you. Let me take out the good old textbook. Bam! This was actually the textbook that I used when I studied Japanese 1 back when I got out of high school. Like I was like, woo, yay, Japanese, gotta learn that shit real quick, man. So I'm gonna also teach you the basic greetings. The basic greetings like good morning, you know, good afternoon, good evening, good night, you know, stuff you guys gotta learn just, you know, because it's a common greeting. You know, like you can say it in any different language. Like, shit, I'll throw in Spanish for you guys. That'll be a bonus. Konnichiwa, watashi wa Kara desu. Hajimemashite. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.